Funko here. Today I'm going to go over my kit that I take to Star Wars Unlimited weekly events, and most recently the first pre-release event for Set 2, Shadows of the Galaxy. It's my first Star Wars Unlimited pre-release event, and I thought folks might be interested in what I take to an event, just to cover everything that might come up and might give you some ideas about what you need to bring to your Star Wars weeklies or maybe a pre-release near you. If you like the video, please subscribe. It helps you get notified when I put more content out, and I'm going to be doing a lot of content for Star Wars Unlimited because I really enjoy this game and it helps me grow the channel, so I really appreciate it. So the first thing you need for a card game, especially a physical card game, is a mat. Here I have the first mat I bought. It's one of the Game Genic mats they put out with the game, so it's an official one. You can see it has the zones for the base and the leader, as well as the space and ground. Fun fact, it doesn't matter. Whoever plays the first unit gets to put them on either side, and that becomes either the space or the ground. So it actually doesn't matter which side they go on. I like this mat because I think the art of the Death Star from Return of the Jedi is cool. And it helped me when I was learning because it does have these zones kind of written out for where the deck goes and your resources and units and everything. I think this was about $40 Australian, something like that, $30 or $40. Obviously less if you're in another region like America. But I thought this was a great one. I really like the art. It's cool that they are doing the mats for each set that are available during that set, and then they get kind of retired at the end. So for set 1, it's, I believe this one is sticking around. There's also the double-sided mat for 2 players with the hyperspace lines on it. But I believe the limited set 1 mats are the Vader, the X-Wing, and the TIE Fighter, which look really cool, that match the art from the game. Quite quickly though, I decided that I wanted a mat that didn't have the lines on it. I just didn't think that was necessary once I'd learnt the game. So I ended up going to a custom printing company in my town here called Quokka Mousepads, and they can do these kind of neoprene style mats with whatever image you want on it. I'll put a link to them down below because I'm actually an affiliate with them as well. So if you use my link, then it supports me and it doesn't cost you anything. But I was really happy with the mat they printed. So I got this box art for printed, and I am really happy with this mat. Quality is great. This was about, I think, 30-40 bucks. The hardest part actually of getting this done was finding a really nice high quality image of the box art that had, you know, the scan of the expansion pack and the design for Rumble. And here we have the official Nintendo seal of quality. Obviously is not an official product, please don't sue me. But yeah, this is my preferred mat just because, you know, the kids have got to know about the classics. So yeah, and I love the Starfighter battles are my favorite part of Star Wars, so getting to look down at this at Star Wars weeklies is great. So first part of the kit, you want a mat. It just helps protect your cards, you know, makes things a lot easier. The next bit of kit that I have is a deck box. You can use just generic kind of soft box, something like this from Game Genic, which is like, I'll put it in frame. Something like this is like $5 and is sturdy enough to hold your deck and keep it protected. There is also the official deck boxes that have the Vader designs on it, or for set 2, I think it's going to be Kylo and Rey. I really like, you know, if you compare, the other one is less than $10. These, I think, will run you about $60 Australian, which is probably like 45-50 US, I would guess. Oops, whoops, I forgot to mention this product's name. This is the Game Genic deck pod for Star Wars Unlimited. There's a single deck pod shown here and a double deck pod, which can hold 2 decks for double the price. Pretty important bit of info there. Back to the video. They have the Star Wars Unlimited logo embossed on them. There's 6 different colors, each for the different symbols in the game. This is the villainous in black, but there's also green and red and yellow for each of the color archetypes. I really like these deck boxes. For one, they're super sturdy. They have a cover which has earth magnets on, so it clips on very securely, but it also gives you somewhere if you're laying stuff out, you know, it comes off. They have a slot for the leader in a glass case, which it's a little stiff when you first get it, but yeah, this lets you put your leader card in here and then flip it, you know, when they deploy. And also, you know, gives you a little piece of art there to know which deck, if you have a couple of them, which one is which. They have a slot for, I'll get rid of these so you're not distracted. That's spoilers for what's coming up next. Your base goes in here, and then there's a tray at the bottom, which originally was this little deck box for dice and tokens and stuff, and that just fits in there like that. And then obviously the deck goes in here. This can hold definitely a regular deck, a 60 card deck, double sleeved, so I can fit my sideboard and my regular 50 card Premier constructed deck. I think you could probably fit a Twin Suns 100 card deck if you didn't double sleeve, if you only single sleeved it. But I like double sleeving, and I haven't started playing Twin Suns yet. So this will fit, your full 50 plus your 10 card sideboard. I ended up buying the Game Genic tokens, because you do get paper tokens with the game. But then there's also, experience tokens and the epic action tokens, and the official tokens from Game Genic were very nice. I looked at getting some on Etsy, getting some like acrylic tokens, because there are also some really nice 3D printed acrylic tokens from different makers on Etsy. The problem is that I'm in Australia, and there was no one in Australia doing 3D printed tokens for Star Wars Unlimited. So they were all from North America, and the token sets were going for like $20 to $30 Australian, which is probably 15 to 25 US, and the shipping was like $35 Australian. So the shipping was going to cost more than the token set. So at that point, that defeats the purpose. I ended up getting the official ones, which weren't that much more expensive when you consider the shipping and the tokens involved. So originally I had them just in the little token box, but then I also saw some people had designed these little 3D printed token caddies, and it just meant that instead of having to like root around in the little token box and find a specific token I needed, this lays them all out nicely. So I've got my shield tokens under the epic action tokens. We've got reminder tokens, experience, the little +1/+1 and -1/-1, and then damage. All arranged really nice. Slots into the same slot in the deck box that the old one did, and then has a spot for earth magnets just to clip the lid on to secure it all, and then just puts it in there. I did put a little gaffer tape like handle onto the bottom, which just looks like that, just so I could pull it out, and it just folds up like that nice, just because it was kind of tricky to kind of get it out without having that little lever to just pull it out like that. That takes care of most of the game. The other thing I include is a dice just for starting each match. It's really easy with your opponent just to say, do you want odds or evens? And then roll, and then whoever chose odds gets to go first. This is a Warhammer dice because I came from playing Warhammer, so the 6 is actually a skull. But yeah, it's easy just to have a die in there. I also have an initiative token. The token set did come with one, but I ended up losing that at one of the weeklies I went to. I left it behind and it got lost. So I thought I'd upgrade to this really cool Star Wars Galaxy's Edge collectible pin badge. It originally had 2 pins here to like wear it. It's like a limited edition Jedi Order symbol badge, but this is huge. It's the size of my hand, and I was never going to wear this. So when I started playing Star Wars Unlimited, it was like, I have the best idea for the most ostentatious, over-the-top initiative token. So I just clipped the pins off and sanded them down so it's nice and smooth. And then this is now my initiative token. So I've seen people use challenge coins from different Star Wars, like Destiny events and different things like that, or X-Wing. I've seen people use, what was the PlayStation game that had like, was animated for kids and it had collectible figures that you would then like use the RFID tag on it to put them in the game. I don't remember what it's called. I'll probably put the title up here, so because otherwise it's going to bug me. But I know someone who has a whole collection of those. So if they're playing Vader, they'll bring a Vader figure. If they're playing Chewie, they'll bring a Chewie figure, that kind of thing. So that's cool. I think it's fun. You just need to know who does the initiative, and every time I drop this bad boy on the table, I feel real good. And then the other thing I ended up picking up was a little 3D printed health counter, because while I do have the health tokens or the damage tokens that you can put on your base, having to like add tokens and do math to like, well, I'm at 7 and I'm taking 6 and now I need to put enough tokens and I'll change that one to a 5 and that one to a 10. It was just slowing the game down. I saw, I've been looking for a health counter, and it was kind of the same problem as the tokens. There were a few people making them 3D printed, but once I looked at the price and then the shipping from North America to Australia, it was turning into a $50 health token. And I was like, I can't really justify that. And then I happened to run into someone who was in town from the other side of Australia for work. They ended up coming to the store that I go to, and he 3D prints these cool little health tokens. He was like, yeah, I can print you one. Probably be like $10 plus like $10 shipping. And then he was like, you know what? I've got this one here. Do you want a Falcon? I was like, yeah, I want a Falcon. Yeah, absolutely. And now I don't have to pay shipping. So I paid him $15 because this thing is great. This has 99 damage, but realistically, it just lets you, as you take damage, just rotate this around, and then it can sit on top of your base for your opponent to be able to just see what health you're on, and you can just count up as you're doing it. I thought about painting it, but then I was worried that the dials might get a bit sticky, and I really like the design. Don't believe he has a store yet. I was encouraging him to do one because, like I said, there's no one printing token sets, health counters, or anything for Star Wars in Australia. So the other thing is a good idea to bring is just extra dice. With the token set, I don't end up needing to use these quite a lot, but I just did a pre-release event where I was kind of hoping I would get to run Rey as my leader, and Rey puts a lot of experience tokens on units. This token set is great, and I do love it, especially the damage tokens. And you get these little green +1/+1 experience tokens, but you only get 5. Usually that's more than enough. When I started putting this kit together, I was playing Green Sabine, which runs Medal Ceremony to give +1/+1 tokens to up to 3 rebels that attack this turn. So a lot of the time, if you're getting max value, you're putting 3 down, so you've still got enough. And cards like Wing Leader that put 2 experience tokens on things. But I think for set 2, with Rey being able to put tokens all over the place, and Rich Reward, and a lot of cards dealing with tokens, Hondo Anaka puts experience tokens, things like that. Bringing some extra little dice. These are just Chessex dice. Just being able to put these down and know that the little blue dice are experience, and then you just tick these up to 2 to 3, etc. Bringing some extra ones of those was something useful to just throw in your bag as well. And then the other thing which is important is sleeves. My sleeves of choice, Dragon Shield. I choose the magenta color, as you can see, it's on brand. But I really like Dragon Shield. They're a little bit pricier than, some of I've heard good things about the Game Genic Prime matte sleeves, but I've not tried them. So I like Dragon Shield, and I just bought a bunch of these magenta ones for my pre-releases. I've got a stack of them that I can just take one to each pre-release, and then I've got 100 sleeves that are good quality, and then if they get damaged, I can switch them out as we go. But that's pretty much it. There's other things that I personally bring to pre-releases, like a mask, so I don't get sick from anyone who might have COVID. A bottle of water, though I do also like to buy water at the store, because you should always support your LGS. It costs a lot to run a retail space and host you for games, so even though you're paying often to play in these weeklies and pre-releases and stuff, it's good also to pick up some drinks or some snacks and help support them. A lot of these products were bought at my LGS, like I bought the deck box, the token set, the first mat that I bought, this one. Obviously, this one was custom printed. That's it. Yeah, that's what I take to have everything I need to play weeklies and drafts and pre-releases. Yeah, for the pre-release specifically, I took this box empty as it is. I brought a box of sleeves with me. I got the flip cover for my leader. I also used in the pre-release kit. So depending how you get into it, if you get the starter decks for Star Wars Unlimited, they also come with little soft boxes, little paper ones. This is the one from the pre-release, so you don't have to buy the Game Genic box. You don't have to buy tokens. It comes with paper tokens you can use for damage and initiative and epic action. So you don't have to invest a lot of money like I have. When I'm into a game, I like having nice things that fit my style. I like the convenience of tokens. I like the deck box. It keeps my cards safe. I like using a health counter. It's a bit quicker than using tokens, all that kind of thing. So, and buying this at the local game store also helps support them. A lot of this stuff I could have gone online and got for 5% cheaper, but then I can't go online and get a new game store. So if they go out of business because everyone goes online to save 5%, suddenly we don't have anywhere to play weeklies and to get organized play cards and drafts and all that kind of stuff. So I'm a big proponent of supporting your friendly local game store. If you're lucky enough to have one in your area, obviously not everyone is. That's pretty much it. That's what I bring to my Star Wars weeklies. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Let me know in the comments what you use. Do you do things differently? Are you someone who's like, I don't want to spend any money. I put my cards in like an old sandwich bag, or I made a box out of cardboard and it worked great. Check it out. I'd love to hear about that, because I'm really interested to know like what people do differently to see if I can improve my setup. And if you stuck around this long in the video, I appreciate it. If you have the time, I'd love if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's free for you to do, and it helps support me and helps grow the channel. So if you want to see more videos like this and you like my accent, then subscribe and you'll get more in future. Coming up later, we're going to have some more videos on the pre-releases I'm going to. I'm going to one on Monday and Tuesday, and I just went to a pre-release for set 2 on Friday, just gone. The link will be up here or up here. I'm not sure. It'll be somewhere. You can check that out. And then later this week, I'm going to be cracking 2 boxes live on stream for set 2 for the launch. That'll be on Thursday night because in Australia, we're ahead of North America. If you're in North America, it'll be Thursday night. If you're in Australia, it'll be midday on Friday. If you want to see that, my Twitch link will be in the description below. You can come by and check that out, and we'll see if we get a showcase, get some legendaries. It's actually fun because I've got a charity event the next day, which is running a Star Wars Unlimited tournament to raise money for sick kids, and it's a great cause. So I'm going to go pick up my 2 booster boxes, come back, crack them live on stream, and then try and build the best deck I can based on what we open. So take it easy, friends. Remember to drink water and stretch and get to bed on time, and I'll see you next time.